it's your girl Angelica, and today we are going to be starting something new. So, we're not going to be shopping or testing any products. I'm going to be teaching you something new. So, have you wanted to get into makeup, but you don't know where to start or how to do it? This series is going to be for you. This is going to be for my makeup beginners. So today's video is going to be a beginner's guide to creating the perfect makeup base, or even what brushes to use. This is going to be the series for you. So this is going to be a series that's going to run 3 to 4 weeks long, and you're going to be taught different things. So I upload Friday as my main upload, and I've been doing Saturdays as my bonus upload. Well, on Fridays and Saturdays, you guys are gonna get to learn, and it might be a Thursday day too if there is more to the series. So today we're gonna learn how to do the perfect base for your makeup. That is what we're going to get into: skin prep, what to use, and that is what today's video is going to be about. When it comes to your base is your skincare. So I use a mix from my shop. I like to use this Pure Rose line, and I use different serums as well. But your makeup starts with your skincare and how you take care of your skin. So it is very important to have a skincare routine if you're wanting your makeup to look crisp and not cakey. So it starts with your skincare. And when it comes to skincare, you want to know what type of skin you have, whether you have oily, whether you have dry, whether you have combination skin. I have combination skin, and I'm a little more oily. So it's good to know what is your skin type. So skincare is first, number one, and number two is your prepping. So you need primer, and you also need a moisturizer. You want to do your moisturizer first, and then you want to do your primer, and we're going to put this all into play, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I just want to explain before I get into the tutorial. So you're gonna need primer. This is the one I use in my shop. It is our blur primer, so it's going to create that blurring effect. Depending on what you want in your primer, and your skin type is going to determine what primer you're going to use. So I use the blurring primer, and we also have an illuminating primer. I would say if you are more of an oily person, I would steer away from the illuminating primers. I would say you're gonna want a matte primer. This is a matte primer, that's what I use. So depending on if you're dry, oily, in the middle, or combination skin, that's going to determine what primer you're going to use. So I'm going to get into this. I'm going to apply my primer. Just go like this and apply it directly to my face. I don't use a brush to apply my primer, but do whatever you are comfortable with. So I'm just going through, and I'm priming, and I'm making sure I get in my T-zone, because that's where I'm a little more oily. And I'm going all over my face, because when you put a primer on, it's supposed to go all over your face. And if you are oily in your T-zone like me, you want to go like here and down. That is how you want to apply. And you want to make sure before you even apply your foundation, your sponge is wet. That's one. Two, if you are using a foundation brush, that the bristles are not stiff. But we're going to put everything into practice. So we're just going through, and we're letting that primer soak into our skin. That is the first thing. And then we are going to apply some moisturizer. That's also going to help with the base of your foundation. So let's get into that. And then obviously concealer is going to be put into play in this segment as well. So we're just going to add this moisturizer right into the skin to get our skin ready for our foundation. I did wash my face yesterday. I did not wash my face this morning. And I did wash it last night in the shower. But we're just going to get into this. You also could use a serum too to help your foundation stick. So if you're primer, if you feel like your primer and your moisturizer isn't sticking, you could also add in a serum. Sometimes I add in a serum. I like to use this one. It's actually a dupe for the Tarte Radiance drops. I don't know if they make those anymore, but this is actually a dupe for the Tarte Radiance drops. So I'm gonna go in with this. This was part of the gemstone line they released last year, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So I bought like 5 bottles. A lot of people were like, oh, it's too sticky. Well, this is not supposed to be for your skincare. It acts as another primer. So you could just use this as primer as well. But this is what I like to do. I don't put too much of it. But if they're like, oh, well, it's sticky. Well, obviously it's supposed to be sticky because the serum goes under your foundation. It doesn't go over it, and you could also mix it in with your foundation. But I like this because it's not too illuminating, but it also gives you that illumination where it's going to come through as like kind of like a highlighter, which is pretty cool. But this is just what we're going to do. We're going to work that into our skin, the serum. My brows look perfect. Sometimes I don't do anything with my brows, and sometimes I will wax them down. I don't tint them anymore because I have like my eyebrows are pretty dark to begin with. So I don't really have to do too much there. Okay, so now let's wet our sponge. And it's gonna look in the end. You wanna make sure you squeeze all of the water out in that sponge. And while I'm squeezing this out, I am gonna look for my other foundation brush because I'm not sure where it is right now. I also got these at Dollar Tree. These are really cute to keep my brushes. There's these new bling ones too that I wanna find. I'm due for a Dollar Tree adventure because I just got over being sick. Easy to do is just apply with a beauty sponge, especially if you're a beginner. We're gonna do the sponge method, the foundation directly to the sponge and then blending it through that way. Then we're gonna go in with concealer and basically show you what you want to do for your base when it comes to foundation. Prep the skin for foundation. All right, so we're gonna add some foundation. I'm going in with my VFX, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like too when you apply CC cream and BB cream. You might want to start with a CC cream and a BB cream. You might not be comfortable with a full coverage, so I'm gonna show you the full coverage effect, and I'm gonna show you the BB/CC. This I'm just gonna go right in, blend that right into my skin. I am starting to get my summer tan in my face back, so this might be a little light on me. Don't know, because I do tan in the summer. So one side we'll do the VFX, and this is just the full coverage. This is just showing you your base, and then on the other side we will do a CC/BB cream, because that might be what you're comfortable with starting out with. It all depends how much you trust yourself when it comes to starting your makeup and practicing your skills. So this beginner's guide series is gonna run for probably 3, maybe 4 weeks, depending on how many videos I do film. I might be in the same clothes. I'm gonna try to get a lot of this done film today. Even though it's gonna be for like weeks prior, which is okay. Weeks like coming up, but which is okay. But I wanted to do this beginner series for you because I know there's a lot of people that are starting to want to get into makeup, but they don't know where to start. And the sponges you genuinely can get anywhere. I have some on my site. There's some at Dollar Tree. There's some on msha.ke. There's the Pawpaw one. So I will link different options for you below. It all depends on what type of technique you're doing. We're gonna get into baking. We're gonna get into all of that. So we're just going right in and applying this full coverage foundation to this side. And now we're gonna go in with a BB cream because I'm gonna show you the coverage difference and the beginner friendliness of it. Because when I got into makeup, I don't think it was smart for me to just go right into foundation. I did just do eyeshadow and mascara for the longest because I didn't start doing my makeup until late in the game, till I was like, started when they were teenagers or in middle school. I got into makeup when I turned into makeup. So that's when was I 17? I was either 17 or 18 when I got into makeup. I was more of a late bloomer when it came to makeup. But I was a late bloomer when it came to makeup. I wasn't like had interest for it. I've always loved my natural features, but I love what about makeup is it just enhances the features you already have. I mean, there's so much you can do with makeup, whether it comes to stage makeup, whether it comes to wedding makeup, whether it comes to literally any occasion, drag makeup, etc. Makeup just is one, it's an artistic avenue, and two, it's art. That's what makeup is it's a form of art. So this is what we're going to do is just get this base ready for us. And then we're going to do just add some powder because that is what's going to get us ready for the rest of the makeup. So I'm just making sure this is completely blended. You want to make sure you get your neck and your ears too. I just don't care about that right now. I'm just making sure that this is all blended out. But you want to make sure you're getting your neck and your ears, especially if you're going out. If you're just home, just taking pictures for makeup, that doesn't really matter. Especially, and then another thing too, when it comes to foundation, your foundation shade should match your neck. So with your neck, so you're matching neck to face. When you're going with foundation, and see mine right here, it's blended a little bit, but not too much because my skin, it's not visibly looking tan, but I've been in the sun a lot. So as you go in the sun more, my skin, it starts to tan. It might not like show it too much, but my skin does start to tan. But this is more of like my winter shade, and we are getting into the summer. So also another thing too to remember with foundation is your shade's gonna change from the summer shade to the winter shade, and then the winter shade to the summer shade, like spring, summer, especially if you do tan. This is a light to medium, so you don't have to worry too much if you're tanning in the summer. You don't have to worry too much because it does have that light to medium feature. So with this one, I like to use my CC and my BBs more in the summer because it does adjust to the changing of my skin. But it all depends on personal preference. If you want that full coverage foundation, go with that full coverage foundation. If you want to start with a BB and a CC, then start with a BB and a CC. You want to start with medium coverage when you are getting into it because you might not, layering too is another thing. So let's say you want to add another layer. You got to make sure that first layer dries. So I'm going to show you another layer with the VFX, and I'm going to show you another layer with that BB cream. So we're going to add another layer of VFX, and you want to make sure that you are blending this right into the skin. So we're just going in with another layer. This is a full coverage foundation, so that might be tricky for you. And then on this side is going to be your medium. I'm just showing you the different options of what you can do. So we're just showing you that on this side, you've got your full coverage, and on this side, you've got that medium coverage. And I'm showing you what it looks like when you do decide to build that foundation up. So we've gone in with another layer. We're gonna go on another layer on the other side. This is just showing you what to do if you're adding another layer. You wanna make sure that it is dried in between of adding another layer. Because when you're adding layers and you're not waiting in between layers, that's when the caking start. This does have photo filter technology, so if you're taking pictures, it's gonna absolutely look beautiful in pictures. The CC and the BB look beautiful too. The BB is gonna be for your oily skin, and the CC is gonna be that normal to dry skin. So depending on what your skin is doing, summer is gonna be more of your BB cream, and then the winter months is gonna be that CC cream. But it all depends on how your skin is and how you're feeling. And then what you want to do once you are, you're comfortable with your base, you want to add concealer. And make sure your concealer is lighter than your foundation. You don't want it to be exactly the same, but you want it to be lighter, whether it's a shade lighter or 2 shades lighter. You want your concealer to be lighter. And I just apply it with the dots. This is also in my shop. It's a nice doe foot applicator. I apply some here. And then I apply some on my nose. So we're getting into that building of our base, getting us ready to apply makeup. So we're just adding that. And concealer, the layering doesn't matter too much because the formula is completely different compared to foundation. And sometimes too, you can do concealer as foundation if it's thick enough. Not saying every concealer is going to be like that. A lot of people, when they get started into makeup, they'll do a concealer as foundation. I've tried a lot of foundations. I do just stick to the ones in my shop. I've tried drugstore. I've tried high-end. I'm blanking. There's so many brands I have tried. Oh, there was that La Maquillage brand. That would make me completely orange. If you go back onto my channel, that was like when I was first getting into makeup. That was like a year of me being into makeup. That was like a disaster. Well, was it? Or was it 2020? Was it 2 years of me doing, 2 or 3 years of me doing makeup? I genuinely can't remember. But we're just perfecting that base for foundation, and we'll get into eye prep, like eyeshadow. I might combine the eyeshadow and brows, because brows, they don't take too long. So I might combine the eyeshadow and the brows. I do have another makeup product I have to try, so I might do that as well. You won't learn cat eye from me because I genuinely don't know how to do that. But this is just showing you how to perfect your base. And then I'm going to go in with a pressed powder. So that's what we're going to do, is set this. And you want to use a thick, oh, my hair is all over. You want to use a thick, fluffy brush when you are setting your makeup. And we will get into baking and all of that stuff. But this is just preparing you and having that perfect base for your makeup. Go in and set this. You could always set twice, but I'm just going to set my base. And then you could always go back twice and set it again, but that's what I like to do. So I'm just setting with the powder, and I'm setting with the setting spray. So that is your beginner's guide to perfecting your makeup base. I hope you guys do enjoy this series. If you are watching my channel for the first time, hit that sub button. The series is gonna run 3 to 4 weeks because I want to get through everything beginner wise. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you did enjoy this video, hit a like. Comment down below what is something I taught you today that you didn't know. And if you're not already, hit that sub button. I do post every single Friday, and you guys have been getting bonus uploads on Saturdays. So this is your main video for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care. Bye, guys.